Okay, hello. We're here with another cooking challenge. And the theme for this one is we cook to eat and healthy foods and to nourish our bodies. So there's so many different, diets out there and different philosophies of what's healthy and what's not. So it looks different for different people. So what I decided to do is just focus on greens and vegetables because most people agree that those are healthy for you. So the first recipe I have is called cuckoo, which sounds funny, doesn't it? It's another Persian dish, and I decided to make it. This is in the morning on Saturday because I just came back from the farmer's market, and I want you to see these amazing herbs and greens that were there. So there's Swiss chard. I love the colors. And then there are these herbs that are parsley, and different kinds of parsley. So flat leaf parsley, and then we have curly parsley. And I have 4 bunches of those. I also have green onions. And we're going to, after we cook all of this, we're going to make it with eggs. And we are going to put it in on top of some salad greens. So we'll make a bed of salad greens and then put our cuckoo, which is like a vegetable. The cuckoo that I'm making is a vegetable frittata. It's like that. It has obviously different kinds of greens, and you can mix and match. Maybe you like cilantro, maybe you like spinach. I noticed I don't have spinach here this morning, but you can add that as well. So you have a good amount of greens. As you see, I had 4 bunches of parsley. I'll probably put in 2 green onion, and I'll put in the bunch of Swiss chard. But you could mix that up with some spinach and some cilantro instead, or some collard greens, or whatever you like in terms of greens. And the flavors blend together and you don't really taste the distinct ones. So I'm going to go ahead and wash that up, and then I'll show you the next process, which is to put all of those greens in a food processor and to blend them so they're not, that you don't want them super mushy, but you also don't want big chunks of greens. Okay, so I'm going to pause it and then you'll see what that looks like. Oh, I forgot that we connect each recipe with a book. And this recipe is in the cookbook Bottom of the Pot, which has a lot of different Persian food in it. And it's by Naz Deravian. The adas polo that I made before was also from here, although I pretty much use my recipe. And again, I'm going to tweak this recipe, which is on page 196. And I'm going to make it the way that I usually make it, but this is also available. We have this book in our library system. All right, I'm going to pause again. Okay, so I've cleaned the greens. This is what's there. It's a good amount. And I've added also 4 cloves of garlic, and I will put all these greens into the food processor. So I'll go ahead and do that. You don't want to have to listen to the sound of the food processor. But then when I'm done, we'll show you what's next, which will be to add the eggs, to get the oil hot and ready so that you can put the eggs and the green mixture into the oil. Okay, see ya. Okay, so this is what the consistency is like after it's been in the food processor. I'll continue. This is 1 bunch. There's probably 3 bunches worth that will end up looking like this, 3, maybe 4. And then I'll show you what that product looks like at the end. You know what? The box. Let's put it on the box. That will work. Okay. Hold on, Nico. I'm going to start again. Okay, hold on. Oh, shoot, it's recording. I didn't realize it was recording. Okay, so we'll see. I probably going to have to redo this one. I don't know how long it was recording. So this is the greens with egg. I put in 5 eggs, and that seems like the right amount. Can you tell it's starting to get thick, but it's not really runny? Yeah, 5 eggs was the right amount. Okay, I think if I put 1 more in, it'll be a little too runny because you want it to still be pretty thick. Can you see the consistency? Okay, and then to this, I'm going to add salt and turmeric. I will also get my oil ready over there. I'll let you see how much salt. It's a pretty good amount. Okay, and then turmeric. You can also add, I'm going to add cayenne pepper. Let me get that real quick. So here's cayenne pepper, just to give it a little bit of a kick. Okay, and then you mix this together. I will pause it and I will take this over to the stove, and I'm going to show you how hot the oil will be. You cook it for about 15 minutes on 3 to 3.5, so medium, low, medium heat, and for 15 minutes on one side, and then you flip it over and you cook it. You put something over that for the first half of it, for the first 15 minutes. You cover it. The second after you flip it, you don't cover it, and it's a little shorter amount of time, maybe 8 or 9 minutes. And you'll see it'll have like a crispy, because of the oil, it'll be crispy on the outside. Okay, so let me see if I can actually really pause this thing. Okay, so the oil is hot, it's bubbling. Can you see that? So I filled the bottom of a skillet with oil. I used sunflower and coconut, but you can use whatever you want. And yeah, there it is. I'm gonna turn it down. Woo! I think some water got in there. Okay, so I'm turning it down to 4.5. And I'm gonna pour the egg mixture and the greens on top of the oil that was hot. Okay. Here, let me see if I can turn the camera so you can actually see what it looks like in the skillet. There we go. I think I got it. So let's clean it out well. My hands are clean and washed. And I will flatten this out, make sure it's nice and smooth. Yeah, and that's what the cuckoo, it'll cook like this. Remember, I'm gonna set a timer for 15 minutes. It's at 4.5. I might turn it down to 4 so that it won't burn or get too crispy. 4.5 is good though. And I don't have a lid for this one, but I use a pizza sheet, pizza stone. Okay, so I will be back in like 15 minutes, but for you, it won't take that long. Thank you. Nico is here to help. Okay. Okay, so the cuckoo is cooking. I turned it down to 4 because it was bubbling a little bit and I didn't want it to burn. In this beautiful pottery, I'm going to put a bed of lettuce that I got from the market, along with, there's microgreens in there. So I will put this lettuce here, and then it'll be ready to receive the cuckoo. So it will look like this. okay? So I also want to say about kuku, there's so many different variations. You can make kukuit sadzi, kukuit sadzi is the one we're making. You can make kukuit, all kinds of things. Kukuit kahu, which is like lettuce. It's similar to greens. Or kukuit, like cauliflower kuku. Or potato kuku. And so the filling is important. So whatever, you can do different variations, but it has egg to hold it together. The potato kuku, a lot of times will have dill in it. I've made cauliflower kuku too, and that's good. And sometimes I'll put in some greens with the cauliflower. So there's different variations. And the other thing about kuku that's great is it's a wonderful travel food. So when we would go on family vacations or for the car ride, I'd make kuku and then I would wrap it in pita bread or put it inside pita bread. And it's a great healthy snack meal, really, because it's hearty for the road. So yeah, okay, so let's see how our kuku turns out. I will also show you how I flip it. My mom puts a tray on top and actually flips it over and then slides it back onto the pot. I just cut it into chunks, into sections, and then I flip each section that I've cut. So, all right, I'll be back. Okay, so we're back with the kuku. It is ready to be flipped. It looks like it was a little less than 15 minutes, partly because I had it up at the higher 4.5. I turned it down to 4. I would say go ahead and start just cooking it at 4. So let me show you what it looks like. So this is now after 15 minutes, and I will cut it into sections. And I will take my spatula and I will flip each piece over. So you see it has that golden crust. I don't know if you can tell the color or not. The colors, I love the colors of cooking. Okay, so there goes the second piece. We'll just work our way around. So this kuku, remember I said it can travel well with pita bread. You can also eat it with rice, the long grain basmati rice, or if you have jasmine rice, just plain rice is good. Or maybe rice with some dill and lima beans, that could go well with this. Okay, so now it's flipped over. I am not covering it for the second time. I am going to go ahead and pause it because it'll be about maybe 7 or 8 minutes like this. And then we'll put it on our bed of lettuce and we'll be done. Okay, so here's what kuku looks like when it's done. Isn't that beautiful? And it tastes good. So I'm gonna go ahead and take pieces of it off and put it on this bed of lettuce. And some extras we can give to somebody, to a friend, or
why do you want to put it on lettuce?
Coworkers. So this is what it would look like. And then you can serve it with pita bread or with rice. Okay? All right, take care. Be very well. Bye-bye.